The webtoon begins with a princess named Athanasia begging her father, the king, to love her just once. However, her father is cold-hearted and incapable of showing her any affection. The scene then shifts to a baby girl who recalls the novel she had been reading the night before. She reveals that she took sleeping pills, and when she woke up, she found herself in the body of a baby girl. It turns out she has been reincarnated as the princess from the novel, a character who is executed at the end of the story. The baby girl then explains that her father, the king, is ruthless. Her mother was a dancer whom the king once loved, but after she gave birth to the king's daughter, she was quickly forgotten and eventually died. The baby girl reveals that her mother named her Athanasia, but the king never once came to see his daughter. Despite being born a princess, Athanasia feels her life is constantly in danger, as the king hates her so much that he might kill her if he ever sees her. Princess Athanasia is raised by a maid named Lily. The scene then shifts, introducing the novel in which our protagonist has been reincarnated. The story revolves around two stepsisters, Athanasia and Jeanette. Jeanette is kind-hearted and beloved by everyone, even by the ruthless emperor who is her father and cares for her deeply. In contrast, Athanasia is never loved by her father. The first time the emperor meets Athanasia is on her 9th birthday. Despite her efforts to win his affection, Athanasia fails. In the end, she is executed by her father after being falsely accused of poisoning Jeanette. Now, the new Athanasia is determined to change her fate. She plans to leave the palace once she grows up. At 5 years old, she discovers a hidden spot where she can secretly collect money, hoping to use it to escape the Ruby Palace when the time comes. One day, while at her secret spot, she unexpectedly meets her father, Claude, for the first time. To her surprise, Claude recognizes her and knows her name. The only reason he didn't kill her at birth was because of her name. Claude coldly remarks that she has grown up and is heavier now. Claude instructs his knight, Felix, to carry Athanasia. Once back at the castle, Claude has tea with her and asks if she can speak. He then tells her to eat, warning that if she doesn't, he'll punish the cook. Athanasia is terrified of him. Trying to mimic Jeanette's sunny demeanor, she calls Claude Papa, but he shows no reaction. However, when he sends her back to her maids with Felix, he informs them that the king will visit Athanasia again in the future. To Athanasia's surprise, during another meeting, Claude declares that she will be treated as a real princess. After that, Claude starts visiting her frequently. One day they go on a boat ride together, and Athanasia accidentally falls into the water, but Claude rescues her. Later that day, Claude appoints Felix as Athanasia's personal guard. Felix takes her to visit Claude in his bedchamber, and the two share a meal together. Claude starts to reminisce about Athanasia's mother. Meanwhile, Athanasia meets Duke Roger, who is responsible for raising Jeanette until she was 14 years old. Duke Roger also has a son named Ezekiel. Later, Claude asks Athanasia to sing him a lullaby, and after listening to her, he falls asleep. 2 years pass, and Athanasia meets Duke Roger again. The Duke suggests that Athanasia become friends with his son, but Athanasia refuses, aware that this is part of the Duke's scheming. While chasing a cat, Athanasia accidentally bumps into a boy who turns out to be a sorcerer. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for next part of the story.